Well, thanks so much for having me. I am passionate about organizing and specifically around organizing with housing and homelessness because I think we know what the causes are of homelessness. We know what the solutions are. And I think it's a really beautiful thing when we can get people from across the political spectrum, have dialogue amongst each other, and really talk through those challenging questions and then find something tangible to work on together, because we all ultimately want to make this place or make the world a better place for ourselves, for our families, for our neighbors. And organizing is a great way to do it, and you get to see real results. So hopefully from this video we'll be able to get some more of you organizing. And so I want to talk about the myths and the facts about affordable housing and homelessness, bring some folks down to reality if they're not there already. And myth number one that is a misconception is that affordable housing drives down property values. The fact of the matter is, absolutely not. Affordable housing has no negative impact on property values. Research shows this consistently, that affordable housing has no impact on the next door neighbors of that affordable housing development, on the school systems, on the property values anywhere within the city. Affordable housing is built at extremely high standards. It's very attractive. We'll look at some pictures later on, but just to reiterate one more time, affordable housing has zero impact on property values. Myth number two, affordable housing looks cheap and undesirable. I'm sure you've heard that before. And again, the reality of the situation is that affordable housing is modern, it's attractive, it's beautiful. Affordable housing developers actually have to comply with with more restrictions on design and construction standards as their market rate counterparts. And so when you see that affordable housing is affordable, it's not because it costs any less money to create it. It's actually, it's lovely. And I'm going to show you some pictures right now of two affordable housing developments. This is Marv's Place in Pasadena. It houses 20 formerly homeless families, and Marv's Place actually won a design award. It is that lovely, and I'm sure you would all agree with me that anybody would love to live in Marv's Place. I would love to live here. It is designed to scale. It is modest in scale. It does not overpower any of its other neighbors. You have some lovely landscaping, lovely architectural design. And this is consistent in all affordable housing developments. Here is another development in the San Gabriel Valley in the city of El Monte. This is 41 units of housing for formerly homeless veterans. And again, you can see that it is modest in scale, maximum 3 floors of housing and many units. They have their own balcony. There's lovely gardening. Since there's veterans, they proudly wave the American flag out in front. And this is something that anybody would feel proud to live in, and also proud to have right next door to their home and in their community. Myth number 3, affordable housing is a financial burden on municipalities. And no, this is the furthest thing from the truth. Actually, affordable housing, it is cheaper to place someone into affordable housing and housing in general than to leave them on the street. And so think about this reality. When someone is living on the street, they're experiencing chronic homelessness, well, taxpayers have to pay for emergency room visits. Taxpayers have to pay for law enforcement patrols. They have to pay for law enforcement arrests. They have to pay for sanitation services, cleaning sidewalks, providing hand washing stations, providing porta potties, other types of social services. And the experts who have crunched the numbers, they say that someone who is experiencing chronic homelessness and living on the streets actually costs a taxpayer $35,000. And then we've been able to see that it is anywhere from 40 to 50% cheaper to put someone in housing. And so you wonder, well, where does the funding for affordable housing come from? It often comes from the state, comes from the federal government, and it comes from something called tax credits. Here in the city of Pasadena, Pasadena does not spend any money from the general fund on affordable housing. And something else that's specific to Pasadena is we have our inclusionary housing ordinance, which accrues inclusionary housing fees that developers pay and help build affordable housing. Something else that's fantastic about affordable housing and finances here in Pasadena is we have something called the 20-20-20 rule. This means that 20% of labor has to be sourced here in Pasadena. 20% of contractors have to be sourced here in Pasadena, and 20% of materials must be sourced here in Pasadena. And this brings millions of dollars of investment into our city. I personally think this is the most important myth to bust. Moving on to our fourth and final myth. Affordable housing brings increased crime. And again, no, this is far away from the truth. Affordable housing is safe and improves the community. No studies show that affordable housing brings crime. In fact, we see that affordable housing creates safer communities. It creates family stability. Families, they thrive when they get to stay in their own home and cultivate their own community relationships. And on top of that, if it's family housing, then the children get to go to local public schools and help generate revenue for the city. And so housing low-income and homeless folks actually makes communities better and safer. Thank you so much for letting me join your event. I really appreciate it. Feel free to check out our website, everyoneinla.org, to learn more about our work.